to know. From masterpieces to deep fried tacos. And if the movie sucks, you might hear them say, there's no telling where the guys will take you. Get ready for a spoiler. Won't say it twice, cause we already warned you. Better watch out, it's gonna ruin the plot. Real spoilers. Real spoilers. Real spoilers.
Broadcasting from the lush but not lavish studios located in the basement of the O'Keefe Institute for Advanced Film Snarkitude, this is Real Spoilers, episode 907, The Oak of Industry.
It's a sequel to The Cabin at the End of the Woods.
Yeah. It's so weird, I think, to get a movie with a title that's more than like 2 words anymore.
It's true.
Well, I kept thinking this was called The House at the End of Oak Street, and then I looked up and like, oh, it's just called The End of Oak Street. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah. The running gag that we had with my buddy when we were kids is like, man, if it's over 4 words, it's a piece of shit. There's never a good movie over 4 words.
I mean, almost everything. Now, I'm not counting subtitles.
Sure.
So like Spider-Man Brand New Day, right? Like it's just
telling you what it is.
Clarifying which Spider-Man you're seeing.
Yes.
But really, most people, you walk up and buy a ticket, you buy a ticket for Spider-Man.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Nobody's walking up to the window. I was at the movie theater for this, actually.
Oh.
And there was someone buying a ticket at the window. And I was like,
interesting.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You troglodyte? What are you going to pull out your Motorola Razor? Like, what are we?
Your Nokia brick?
Right. Like, what are you? You
so
bought a
funny.
ticket in real life?
Oh,
what
man.
the hell is happening?
That is a thing that, unfortunately, kids today will never know.
Yeah.
Is walking up to that window and being like, I just sold out. God damn it.
I've got a movie pass, and the only reason I ever buy at the counter is because they charge you 5 less points to do it in person.
Oh, really?
So if it's a movie that's not going to fill up, I'll save my points and be like,
Right.
it's like a Visa card.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean,
I couldn't tell you the last time I bought a ticket at the ticket counter.
So I went to see a movie last night. We went and saw the Odyssey at the Science Center.
Oh, how was that?
was
I've been
that?
wondering.
I don't know that I like seeing movies on that
That's
screen.
what I'm
That's-
saying. That's what I
exactly.
said.
Did you sit back like I told
I
you to?
did. I sat in
Okay.
like the third to last row.
Okay.
I think our seats were about as good as you could get.
Yeah, because if you went forward, you would just be in like
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway's right nostril.
Right. And
Depends on where on Anne Hathaway?
Well, depends on what you're
depends
into.
on what
Joe.
row you're in.
That's
you
right.
know? But it was but like it's curved at the edges. Like
I don't like it.
I was like, it was cool to see it that big. I honestly thought the sound, like, because people talk about how loud the movie is. I saw it the first time I saw it was in a Dolby, and I thought that was louder. To be honest, I didn't think it was as loud at the Science Center.
The Science Center is made for loud.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you used to see a movie on the old film IMAX big reel, and they would do the pre-show and the speakers would light up?
They don't do that anymore?
They don't do it anymore.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They didn't do it last night, but I thought it was because I was seeing
even when you see the nature stuff, they don't do it. But it used to be so cool because you'd be like, but behind the screen, they would glow,
You could
and you'd see
see.
different colors, and you'd see where all the speakers were.
Yeah.
And now they just do like the little tunnel, the little regular, like,
Right.
when you're going through
What's it
the
doing?
IMAX.
it's like I was there.
I know, right? But I was,
Real
okay.
spoilers now in IMAX.
I'm
Now
kind
in
of not
IMAX.
upset that I didn't go now. I was
Yeah.
like, I was curious about it, but I saw Harry Potter there, the first one, and it was a terrible experience.
Yeah,
I never went.
I saw Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. too,
Yeah.
and I did not
It's
like
just
it
too
at all.
big. It's too.
Yeah, like I think the nature stuff is cool
It
because
is.
it's filmed with that in mind.
Yes.
But because
We
they were
love
showing
those.
a trailer for, I guess they're going to bring back Project Hail Mary to the
Oh,
Science Center,
yeah.
and they were showing the trailer for that, and I was like, this feels awful.
Rocky
Yeah.
hate
Like
Mark.
this. What's that?
Rocky hate Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just like, this seems like it would be an awful.
That
way
sounds like
to
an
see this
awful
movie.
Nature stuff is great if you have an OmniMax.
The stuff in space would be pretty dope.
No, it's all great because
But
if you're
inside the
underwater
spaceship-
and you look here for a fish or there for a fish, you don't have to take the whole thing in.
Right.
But movies do close-ups, and well, speaking of movies with close-ups, but movies do close-ups, and so if you can only see half or a third of the screen and you're in their eyeball, like
Right.
it just doesn't work the same way.
No.
But if you see a million fish and you only catch 300,000 on that side, You just saw a bunch of
words
fish.
of encouragement. You can't just say words of encouragement.
Yeah.
But I said all that because they don't have reserved seating.
Oh.
So like we had to get there early, and it was listed as sold out, but I don't think they sell to capacity for the feature films.
Okay.
I think because like the bottom third was empty. Now
see
that
that,
would be
yeah.
an awful
Awful.
place to sit.
Awful.
So I think that they're deliberately not fully selling all the tickets. Because
Hey, look,
they're-
I see Tom Holland's shoe.
yeah, that's how you can tell they're a not for profit.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, right,
If yours
right,
is
right.
an AMC, they'd be like, cram
Sell
every.
'em.
And when it started too, I turned to my wife and I was like, "Is it me or does heartbreak not feel good in a place like this?"
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm
No
not
kidding.
feeling it. But yeah, so like we had to get there early. There was no so talking about changes. Like there's like
Taking it back old school.
We didn't even think about it till like the day before. I was like, oh yeah, we're supposed to go see the Odyssey tomorrow because I bought the tickets like 3 weeks ago, and then I was like, oh, we better get there early because we gotta. Otherwise, I want to sit in the back. I want to sit on an aisle because I gotta pee.
Yeah.
You know, these are things I have to consider now.
Yeah, bathrooms are right outside the
Yeah,
top level. When
so it was like, boop. But I made it.
Look at you.
I made it
2 times.
So yeah.
Nature stuff is great there. Don't let it put you off for nature stuff.
Yeah, but to see a feature film
Yeah.
on a Science Center IMAX OmniMax type screen,
Right.
I don't think it's not the intended way to view. And
No.
Chicago's got one at their Griffin Science Museum. They lost the branding of OmniMax, but it's still a domed projection screen or whatever.
Yeah.
St. Louis has one. I'm sure other science centers do around the country. The nature stuff's great though. I mean, it really we see all of them. We're members and you get free tickets.
Oh,
like
okay.
seriously, if you are in St. Louis or one of these
Or humble brag over
I
here.
know,
but
yeah.
but the IMAX or the nature stuff is
You
20.
said OmniMax.
Yeah, it's called OmniMax.
Yeah.
Branded is the Science Center
Right.
one, but the stuff that IMAX movies are made and they do show in places that aren't curved.
Sure.
It's just right, but ours is called the OmniMax. But the tickets are $20 a piece, whether you go to Griffin in Chicago or our Science Center. And if you're a member for like $100 a year, you can get 4 tickets a day.
Right.
That's $80 if you get 4 tickets in one day. Like, I mean, it's a
Done.
no-brainer, right?
Done.
So we always go see. There's
And free parking.
That's
right, and that's
That's right.
$15 a day
Yeah.
normally. So it
They
makes,
didn't charge us though. They said if we were there for the movie, they didn't charge us.
Special events, if you go to see the movies or the special like movies in the evening when the Science Center's closed, they just keep the parking open. which
Yeah,
is nice.
that's what, yeah.
This episode brought to you by the St. Louis Science Center.
Yeah.
Use promo code Real
Real
Spoilers
Spoilers.
at checkout.
Real with 2 E's.
So
To get nothing.
let's go around the table and introduce ourselves
Joe.
at this late date.
This is Kevin.
And this is Tom. Before we dig in, shameless plugs. Don't forget we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, TuneIn, wherever you find a podcast. You can find us while you are there. Be sure-
Vinyl. I'm thinking of just putting us on vinyl every week.
Yeah, go for it. As kids love it.
Yeah.
The little hipsters. You can
Dual-sided.
Yeah, you can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Real Spoilers. While you're there, like the page, join the group. It's called the League of Show Sharers. We are hoping you will be kind enough to share an episode. People who were kind enough to share an episode last week and got a lot of comments about people enjoying my rage.
Oh, man. They loved it.
They love it when I just
It doesn't happen
absolutely
often.
hate a movie.
Yeah.
I won't hate a movie just to do it.
Right.
But
It's got to earn it.
But when I hate it, I can't hold back. I went full Lewis Black.
You unleashed.
Maybe we do need to start picking the movies every week.
I told you.
Say we just force Tom to go see whatever we want to watch and see what happens.
So people who were kind enough to share an episode last week include Librarian, Cynthia, Brendan McGuckin, Richard Krotzer, Travis Tewitt, Tammy Lynn Powers Betts, Gabriel Lugo, Tom Dowdy, Chris Magic Man, Jason McLean, Ralph Tribble, Heather Sachs, Matt Naglia, In Session Film, Geek to Me Radio, Ryan Terry, Nostalgia Cast, Colby Mack, Ronnie Castle, Edit Photo Gamer, The Kryptonian Orphan, Alliterative Alias.
All right.
That's a new one.
That's a good one.
I would love to make Dan sing that. And then last but not least, Joe's Weird Beard.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for sharing the episode. We do greatly appreciate it. You can also check us out on YouTube or sign up for our Patreon, patreon.com/Real Spoilers. $5 a month, all sorts of bonus content. And we like you
Every
extra.
single SNL movie is available for you.
Has been completed.
Has been
We have
completed.
done it.
Yes.
So Don't know what's next.
We'll figure it out. There's an interview coming.
Coming up
Yeah.
from Joe.
Okay. So anyway, there's all that. Let's dig in, shall we?
This is the most Steven Spielberg, Stephen King movie that's ever tried to emulate those two gentlemen.
What about Super 8?
Well,
but that worked.
this works to a degree.
You
but
don't like this?
This is okay. It
I-
is so try hard.
it is very try
I
hard.
landed the same place. I know people are gushing all over this movie, and I did not hate this movie.
No, I did not.
No,
hate it.
but it is so
but-
forcally trying to be an Amblin
Yeah,
movie.
and
Yeah.
I
that it
was just like, I thought the first 35 minutes of this was kind of boring.
It was super boring.
And-
It was not. Yeah.
It's a very slow start.
And then I thought the last 40 minutes, I was like, okay, this is kicked in.
Okay.
Like, this is good, but
I did not know this was a dinosaur movie.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I had no idea. The only thing is I saw on a poster there was a dinosaur, and I go like, oh, there must be a weird time travel or some magical thing where
You're right.
oh my God, a dinosaur shows up, right?
Yeah.
And I get here and they're raptors and stuff chasing around. I go, this is a fucking dinosaur movie?
Yep.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yep.
because especially the early trailers, they really hid the dinosaurs.
which is great.
They just
That's
hid
what
that they
should
were
do.
in a different place.
They were like the whole neighborhood picked up and moved, and
Yeah.
it played more like a horror movie.
Yeah.
There are a
And- yeah.
lot of horror elements. Katie was grabbing my arm because
Oh,
she
yeah.
does not like horror.
Yeah.
And she was feeling the tension.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Wait, I mean, Jurassic Park, right? I mean, I think a lot of what they're emulating, I mean, Spielberg obviously directly with Jurassic Park, but that movie is walks a fine line between horror and action adventure
Sure.
when they're in that kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, he does it with Jaws as well. Jaws
Yeah.
also does the same thing.
right? And so this movie really plays up the horror, but it just feels so much like not Spielberg. You know what I mean? It just feels like, and I know J.J. Abrams does that, but he's pretty good at it, and I just don't think
So
this guy
I thought
did
this
it.
was a J.J. Abrams directed movie.
No.
I did not realize. It got to the end and I was like, oh.
No, it's just the bad
now
robot.
that
is
makes
in
more
front of it.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think, we've talked about Stephen King before where
This is David Robert Mitchell.
and what else has he done?
It follows.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's his
Yeah.
big indie
That's a
success
that's a
that
great
broke him
movie.
out. But
My complaints with this movie aren't about the directing.
No.
I felt like because it sets it up with the family dynamic,
Correct.
right? And the marriage is strained.
Okay. Can we stop? I know that we've kind of joked about the trauma and stuff like that. Can I get a movie? Did you get him? Oh, that's a yes.
Ooh,
that was a big one. He was bothering me.
That is a big one. That's a big old bug.
Can I get a family
That isn't falling apart.
that is okay?
But that's a Spielberg thing. That's right down to the trope. Spielberg loves to do that because of his own childhood.
But the family in Jaws, everybody's cool with each other.
Well, yeah, that's how he started out, and he's like, "Oh, now I can tell my stories."
Not in the book.
Not in the
Yeah.
book.
Not
in the
in the
book.
book.
That is, but he changes
But that's such
it, right?
a Spielberg
It
trope:
is-
is the family that's hanging on by a thread,
But,
and are
like,
they gonna get back together? And
To me,
I can't wait to get there in the end. I'm gonna save it for the end. But the ending of this movie, I got questions.
There's a lot.
I got questions
There's a
at the
lot of
end about how that
questions.
works out. That pissed me off and took it down a notch for sure with the ending.
When it
but-
gets to the end, I was like, "Whoa,
hold on
Like,
here.
we'll get there."
Hang on.
What did you-
Yeah,
right. What?
What are we doing?
What
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
So, but
But
this,
that's the thing is if I can just get a family that is, I'm
Together.
okay with the kids being kind of heads, right? Where else have I seen the kid from? I feel like I recognize the son from something
It's
else.
Brian Platt. Would that be a
Nah.
Ben Platt
Oh, I don't know.
Nepo brother?
But I feel like we
I'm
saw
just guessing.
as a younger kid, we saw him in something else.
He broke out as an 11-year-old for his award-winning performance as the lead in Netflix's Sweet Tooth.
He's in the monkey.
Ah,
You got to give it something Joe
yeah,
might
thanks. Yeah, he's the brother in the monkey. He's the younger brother.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the yeah.
But I don't think any of the actors are bad. I don't think the directing's
No.
bad. I don't think the acting's bad. I think the movie as a concept, the way that everything is trying to emulate Spielberg so much just seems too on the
That
nose.
is the
There's
biggest
just-
issue, right? Well, the Stephen King thing. People tend to forget that, when he's crafting a story, he allows you to give a shit about the characters, right?
He immerses you in this world.
Yes.
There are Stephen King stories out there where you can be 20-30% of the way in before any of the supernatural stuff starts.
And it might happen like in the background,
right?
You know, like the penny. You know, you might see some stuff. Is he?
He's not. The family's name, which you would never know, is Platt. I read the wrong thing.
I was gonna say, I was like, I thought his name was like.
I never caught
something.
their name at all, but his name, the actor, is Christian Convery.
Okay,
so sorry.
But
about
being
that.
in the monkey makes sense. That's them. Now I know. So like you can see the supernatural stuff or the horror stuff happening. You know, you've got Ben Mears who comes into town. This is from Salem's Lot, but then you've got like the guy buying the building.
Yeah.
And so like, and people kind of start disappearing, but you're focusing on Ben and his, you know, his coming back to this town.
Recently read Christine, same way.
Yeah.
Like that car doesn't start doing weird stuff until, I mean, man, I thought I was like 40% of the way through the book.
Even in the movie, you get the opening sequence where the car turns a little bit, but then it's all about being with Arnie and in that world and his being bullied and his best friend and the girl, and
I just think
until he finally meets up with the old guy. And
if the characters were more interesting or something, that for some reason that first movie just feels like it drags and you're following these characters, and I can't quite put my finger on it.
I felt like it either needed more of the family stuff or none of the family. Not that there shouldn't have been a family, but like I needed more insight as to what was going on with this family.
Yeah.
Or less, right?
Yeah, I think, but that's what I'm saying is like, if you tell me that this is just an average, everyday, normal family, and then some goes down,
right?
And you're on board, you're like, well, I want these people to make it,
right?
You know, I want these people to succeed. Where like in the middle of it, you get this argument where, in the middle of all of this going on, like when they get transported, then we get the argument about the book and the losing of the job. It's like, can we just like build this thing and have both of them being like, what the fuck are we going to do here? Like, this is great. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, so the main premise of the story is you've got this family. Ewan McGregor is the dad, Anne Hathaway's the mom, and you've got the two kids, one boy, one girl.
It's the early 80s. We should.
The early 80s,
So
yeah.
that's where I was.
That all looked good. I mean, the outfits and everything, the way the movie looked.
I
thought
loved the set design on this. As someone who was alive, right? I would have been 12 when this movie takes place, right?
I would have been 0. I was born in 82.
But I think a lot of times when a movie is set in the 80s, what people tend to forget is the set designers and whatnot. They make it look like
the 80s.
Like the 80s.
Right.
And like 1982 is not the 80s.
It's the 70s.
It's the ass into the 70s.
And this looked like the 70s.
And this look you had because like 70s, people didn't go, it's not like, oh, it's January 1st, 1980. Let's go buy our parachute pants.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's like you're still using the stuff you bought 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So you still have the wood paneling and the avocado green stove.
I always forget about that avocado stove until I see it and I was like, oh, 100%.
The last house I had when we moved in, that whole kitchen was still avocado green. And all the stuff was clearly from the 70s, and it all still worked great.
Isn't that weird?
It was just ugly. But it worked great.
Yeah.
It worked great.
Stuff lasted forever.
Yeah.
So the parents are having a hard time. The mom has been secretly writing a novel, which is like her way to escape, but she's writing a character that is about her and her family and her wanting to leave.
Very thinly
autobiographical.
It's a wish fulfillment type of novel where the woman has the courage to pack up and leave her life that she's not happy with. Ewan McGregor has been secretly drinking. He has lost his job, I'm guessing probably related to drinking on the job at the Chrysler plant, and he has been...
Did they say the Chrysler plant?
He says you got jobs. I thought they said Chrysler plant, but it was a plant of some sort. But
It's in Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
So he has lost his job and he is covering it up, and he keeps sneaking away on family weekends and nights to do deliveries. And he's like, oh, it's just to get extra money, but he's really hiding the fact that he's lost his job and needs to support the family. So they're both doing these things, but you can tell that the parents love the kids, and the dad is not checked out. He's just dealing with this substance issue, but he loves.
I don't even know that it's a substance issue as much as it's like, because you never see him drunk. You see him sneaking a drink.
Yeah.
But you never see him like, and there is the scene where she's like, have you been drinking? You smell like whiskey. But she doesn't even reference the fact that he might be an alcoholic. She's like, I just don't like it when you drink.
Yeah.
So like,
But he's drinking to deal with his problems. I mean, he's not an
We really
abusive
only
drunk,
ever see
but-
him drink the
one
once,
time,
though, right?
One time, and then when they're boarding,
I
up,
didn't know if I missed
No,
something.
he
Well,
sneaks,
you
he,
see him in the
he
basement, and
sneaks
then
the drink in the basement, and then that's it.
No, but there's at least 2 times you see him, but then he comes up and she says, "You smell like alcohol."
One time.
But she says that after we see him take a drink.
I think
I'm
there's another
almost
time.
positive.
I think there's
so
another
there's
time.
the one. There's 2 times. We see him take the drink when he goes down in the basement, and then when they're boarding up the window.
Yeah, a different day.
It is a different day.
It's a different
Is it a
day.
different
Yeah,
day?
So when
Okay.
she
but
tells
she
him,
goes, "You smell like whiskey.
Yeah,
Have you been drinking?"
exactly.
And he's like, "I had a sip to calm." He's like, "We're in the here."
but
like,
so I know that they're not making it part of the plot, and we don't hear.
I
he
wouldn't
lost
worry about it because, like, how much whiskey is left?
Yeah,
that,
Right?
your pint that's
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
basement. That's
Yeah.
all we got.
but they don't make it a big plot in the movie. But when he says he's lost his job and stuff, I read into it. I'm not saying it's on the page, but I think he has a drinking problem.
When did Detroit hit the skids? Like, when did that town start to, like, when did those plants start closing up? Do we know? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it probably would have still probably been
the 80s?
okay.
Yeah, I
well,
don't think that-
I guess during the oil crisis when it became less of a stigma to drive a foreign car,
Sure.
you know, because
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, there was a lot of vitriol towards people if they didn't drive an American car.
I remember that.
And I remember
Not when I was a kid, but I definitely remember, like, "Oh, you're driving a Toyota?" What's wrong
yeah,
with
I
you?
remember the bumper stickers. It said, hungry, eat your import. And so 82, like, yeah, they probably have been,
So, I mean, there's a chance that maybe he didn't do anything.
yeah.
It's possible
And,
for
you
sure.
know,
If he's
also-
hiding it. If he's hiding
is-
it, it's probably an issue.
I would
I don't
agree.
think you'd
when
hide it.
when she says "I don't like you drinking," it
I
sounds
think
like
it's
there may have been something.
I think you can infer that there's a past there,
Yeah.
a history with
Yeah,
drinking.
yeah.
Is all, but it's again, the movie's not about that. But you do see several times. So like they're both dealing with these struggles. But he clearly loves his family, and it seems that he loves her. I don't think he's checked out, but she definitely is.
Yes,
You know, she's ready to pack up and-
when they have that confrontation, and she's like, he says, "I read your book. You
That's
can't
us."
wait to get out of here.
Yeah.
You can't wait to leave us behind."
And
she
I
has
don't think she's ready to leave, but I think
if she's given the
I
opportunity.
I think she's ready to be ready to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
And
she's,
I don't think it
she's still at the
matters.
phase where she hasn't given up, but she's real close.
she's on the cusp.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, yeah, her ready to leave those kids, and because she even has a moment when something happens later where she like snaps off at the son and says things. It's like, that is a little like, you are ready to bail on these kids.
It's tough. I mean, given the
circumstance, and we'll get into
I,
we'll
yeah,
get there, but
So weird stuff starts happening. So there's a light that's flickering that the kid sees, the youngest son sees. She goes over to the neighbor's house who has been proofing her book because her husband used to be a journalist or of some sort, publishing papers,
Yeah.
whatever. And she says, "Oh, there's a weird thing in my backyard." And you see this like
flower. It's weird.
but
flower.
it's like almost like a palm tree, but a prehistoric looking,
Like a-
very
almost
strange.
like a pineapple.
I was going to say, it's like a
Yeah.
palm tree with a pineapple on
Yeah.
top.
And
I thought they were swingers.
and she's, well, maybe the husband was. You don't know how he passed away. What he was in the middle of doing. So, but she's
Or
like,
who?
yeah, but she says this wasn't here 2 days ago, and now it's like a little mini palm tree, like pretty
Right.
good size for something a couple days old, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she takes a picture to the town librarian.
Which I think is
Who instantly knows everything about ancient
this
flora.
to
Well,
me.
she lives in a mansion, Tom. Don't you realize
This to
that
me
she
is
must
like
be an
is Stephen
expert.
King, like where it's
Yeah.
like you start building the people
Yeah.
in the town.
Yeah.
And then, I think of like what's Needful Things, where you've got like all those people inside or The Mist, like is another good one where it's like you start seeing all these people kind
Sure.
of surround, and like, okay, these are all cannon fodder, like that's
Yeah.
and well, kind of.
Was this
but
movie rated PG-13?
I think it was.
Man, they are skirting the line
They
on
are
that one.
pushing
Who are they
it.
bribing at the MP? Because I'm watching this movie and I'm like, I thought, this is a family Amblin-esque
There
movie.
was
I'm like, holy
there were like 2 seats next to me that were empty, but then the whole next like 6 seats was like a family.
With kids?
And I was like, and if initially you're like, oh, it's okay, I like Amblin, I get it. And then something happens, and you're like, what?
Well, okay, yeah.
I
So
don't know. These kids are playing Call of
You're
Duty
not
and
wrong.
stuff. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
just
know,
don't know
but
that matters.
But this movie has some graphic stuff in it, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
fine if it's R. But like, they're doing stuff that I thought you couldn't do in PG-13. I guess black blood and stuff is out the window because there is a woman with a shotgun wound and blood all over the ground in this movie.
Oh, it's not a shotgun wound.
A rifle wound?
No, she got torn up by a dinosaur.
Oh, and the
She
gun's
fired.
just
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. It's a whatever it was gnarly. I just mean, and she's surrounded by a pool of blood. But you're right, there were bloody footsteps. So anyway, the next day, bigger flash of light happens.
It happens at night, and so they just are like
Power goes out.
Like, we'll just sleep down in the basement. It's fine, or it's cooler down there. And one of the things that I did find frustrating is they double down on the daughter being into Carl Sagan, which is great. And like her being into astronomy, which is also great. And I was like,
but you don't like women to get education?
That's not what I'm saying. I've got 2 of them, and I would love to be educated as much as possible.
So they can go to college and meet a man.
Correct.
Okay.
And
Get
to
their
take care
MRS
of, take
degree.
care
But I
of
like
them,
the way
yes.
the characters are. I mean,
Why
it's a
doesn't
very.
she just look up? The sky's going to be different. So if she's into astrology,
No, it's not different. It teleports the neighborhood, and then you're back in your normal sky.
yeah, but you're not going to
Not the area over you.
But everything is going to be different.
No,
If that neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
If they take that neighborhood and
Oh, 'cause they're
transport it
in
to
a different place. They're in-
correct.
yeah,
so
yeah.
the stars are going to be, and even
That's
if they're in a
true.
different time,
That's
the
man.
stars aren't going to be there.
Yeah, they move. You're right. That's
so
a really
why,
good point.
if they double down on her being into astrology and Carl Sagan, there should be a
Mention,
moment
like, hey,
where she looks up and's like, "This isn't right."
But but she's queen of exposition for wormholes. They're saying Carl
Which is
Sagan because
fine.
of not because of
But
where
also, they make sure to tell you that she's into astrology, and it's like, just look up, man.
right. But
You're gonna know
she-
something ain't
but
right.
She's into astronomy.
What did
Yeah,
I
not
say?
astrology with the
Astrology
like, you're
is
a
like
Pisces.
your
Oh
zodiac.
no,
Yours-
yeah, right.
yeah.
Astronomy, yes.
But
Just
so
trying to save you some YouTube.
Yeah.
Thank you very no.
Well,
bring it on.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
But no, the point is that she has to say like, "Oh, Carl Sagan and wormholes and time travel." Like that is the
Also,
part that she's.
I'm glad they did it.
Yeah.
With her, where I was like, I swear to God, if you do this thing where like these 2 girls are into each other and you don't pull the trigger,
Oh, yeah.
you're a piece of.
Yeah.
And they did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Good.
But this movie's very forward thinking. Okay, so like the mom, they always show Anne Hathaway driving, Anne Hathaway with the gun, the girls into science and
Yeah,
stuff.
Ewan McGregor's kind of useless.
Well, it just, but that's the point is that you
Yes.
don't, the idea of masculinity, the idea of that you have to be a guy that does the driving, the guns, the this, whatever, to be like, it's more of a realistic concept in modern times, right? You don't have to have the guy that goes out there with the shotgun to prove that he's a man. It's like, no.
They did have that guy, and he got torn to pieces on the top of
See?
the roof.
Well, that guy was a bumbling idiot. But anyway, so the point is that the thing happens, all of a sudden, it looks like the neighborhood is normal, but when you go outside, there's dinosaurs running around.
I do like that they kind of hint around it. So they wake up the next day.
They
and they're
jaws
like,
it for a while.
Yeah, they're like, we got to drink this milk because the milk's going to go bad. We see the neighbor leave for work like it's no big deal. And then when the daughter's not paying attention, the neighbor comes roaring back and parks, and now all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
And it just becomes a chase movie at this
Ewan
point.
McGregor goes to take out the trash, right? And then
No, he's looking around and he sees they're looking for the dog.
yeah.
Looking for Star Biscuit.
Starbuck.
And he walks around the back of this house and he sees a shadow stand up, and
That's
he was
pretty
like,
good.
"Ah!"
Yeah.
I had to explain Starbuck to my wife.
Why?
God love her, because she's just like, but like those didn't exist yet, and I was like, no, it's a character on Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
And
That's
she's
very
like,
funny.
oh,
Yeah, 80s character.
yeah.
And honestly, most of the movie at this point is like avoiding these dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So you get what I appreciate is they are accurate raptors.
Well, right. So they all have feathers now.
Yeah,
which
and the
makes sense.
raptors have a little bit of a longer beak, and
Yeah.
um,
Things have changed a lot.
I do think
since
it's
Jurassic
funny that
Park.
in '94, I just picture Spielberg being like, "Nobody's gonna look this up." Or maybe we didn't even know.
Well, no, I mean,
No, we
that
knew,
was
'cause
the
that theory came out like around 84, 85.
Oh, did it?
So this predates that theory, like in the chronology of the movie.
Okay.
But that theory, because people say that birds are the closest
Yeah.
living creature to dinosaurs, and that a lot of people now say like, yeah, the dinosaurs might have had feathers. Like we have their bones. We don't know what the outside skin looked like, and but
based on the way the bones are formed and the things they have, they're like they know they would have feathers because they're just like a bird.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I think, and then we get like an accurate looking raptor, which is not what we see in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
We get an accurate looking T-Rex, which maybe is not as big as Spielberg originally made it in.
Yeah.
But also it's like, here's the flip side of that. Like for Jurassic Park, like they were cloning them, but they were also turning it into a theme park.
Correct.
So like, who knows what they would have done to tweak them.
We see later in the movies that they were tweaking them all the time.
Yeah.
So that now they're just trying to survive. Like we're literally seeing neighbors get eaten. Like I think that initially when you see the one neighbor kind of walk outside and be like, "What's going on?" and then a raptor chews her head off.
That's the thing.
And I was like, "Oh, shit."
So she goes over to check on the old lady neighbor at first when things are going weird or whatever. Maybe they weren't even weird yet. She just goes over to check on
Things are
her.
weird.
They're weird, but their dinosaurs aren't chasing our characters yet. And she goes over to the lady's house and just opens the door like, "Hey, are you home?" And she goes into the kitchen and she is on the ground, blood everywhere with a shotgun laying next to her.
Yeah.
So she
these giant like claw prints leading out of the house.
Yeah, and Hannah Hathaway picks up the shotgun and she's toting that the rest of the movie. Oh, it's a rifle? Oh.
She's reloading it like this.
I thought that she had the front down like a shotgun and was loading the cartridges in the. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she takes the gun and she's got that the rest of the movie which she's carrying around.
Yeah, almost the rest of the movie.
until it gets chewed out of her hands.
I like the fact it does a lot of setting up things like it doesn't spoon feed things.
It does not,
which I like.
Yeah.
If you look at the photos on the wall as they pan, and they don't linger, it's just you see them in the background and whatnot. There's one of the photos is her holding a gun.
Yes, that's right.
And so
that's right.
because there's never a moment she just picks up a gun and knows how to use it.
And she shoulders it perfectly and she fires it perfectly.
And so it's like they show you, if you're paying attention, that
she knows how to handle
she already had gun knowledge.
I do like that. I also think I've debated. I think Stranger Things is pretty great. The problem I have with Stranger Things is like when they go into Mike's basement and he's got a poster of The Thing, like John Carpenter's The Thing on his wall. And it's like, he would not have that poster. Like that movie tanked in theaters. Like nobody liked that movie.
Yeah.
So like I like that they don't do that where they're just like, these are the things that are popular now. It's like, but they weren't popular then.
Yeah.
Like that's not a thing. So they're basically just trying to survive. Like we see the neighbor who's this piece of garbage human being on his roof. He's like firing at pterodactyls with a revolver, and they just start literally picking him apart. And I do like that the family watches these things and they're just kind of like, whoa.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
That was wild.
But you see, the neighbor gets her head chewed off by a dinosaur.
Yeah.
You see
that's
this
the
guy
moment where I was like, oh, we're doing it.
And you see this guy bloodied by the pterodactyls on the because
you see like a blood, like guts, and like it's panned back.
They are pecking at him and eating him and all surrounding him, and then it goes to the next or that evening. It flashes forward.
It's like a splotch.
And he is bloodied on the rooftop like this. And I just that's when I started thinking to myself like, what is this rated?
PG. Baby.
I cannot believe they got away with a PG-13. Like
I think that I honestly think I was just watching a doc about Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
And how they knew the MPAA would go after them for certain things, so they would have a second thing.
Yeah, a lot of movies have
ready
done that.
to go.
Yeah.
And I just feel like now it's like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like watching this and thinking this is PG-13, I was like, man,
it's wild. What a different time.
Yeah.
It's like what the old PG used to be.
I mean,
right
yeah.
before PG-13. It's like, well, this isn't quite an R, so we got to put it as PG,
Right.
which was ridiculous. But it's like now PG-13 is that same way, where it's like, well, it's not an R. There's not boobs all over the place. They're not dropping an F-bomb every 3 seconds, so it's just PG-13. But it's
Right.
like, man, there's some crazy
Well,
stuff.
does he say, is that a dinosaur?
At the
That's
end,
the
they
last-
won. They give
right,
the one.
they
yeah,
get the one.
They do. Because I think there'd be a lot more cursing if it were R.
100%.
Right? Like, that's yeah.
So yeah, again, like
So the kids escape. So the boy is trying to find Starbuck. He sees him
They-
outside barking at a dinosaur.
they get home and
Well, they
this
get
is-
to the end of the street.
yes,
They get to the end of the street and realize they are transplanted. The whole neighborhood, a sphere, a circle, is in the middle of Jurassic jungle. So
Yes.
there's nowhere to go.
and it's not a small
No,
neighborhood.
it's-
like it's a massive
yeah.
part of their neighborhood.
It's probably a mile
It's whatever
diameter.
It's huge.
You know what I
It's
mean?
huge.
Like it's a huge chunk.
It is weird. I did think we would see more people. Like we don't see a lot of
I think they've all
people.
been eaten.
And you think that's just done off screen?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you
I mean,
hear
it's chaos.
you hear a lot of death
That's true.
happening off
That's
screen.
true.
You hear gunshots and screams.
Yeah.
Like for all the things we're describing, you hear a lot of it just happening.
Yeah, I do like the line
around
where they
them.
hear it at night and the mom's like, let's just go to bed.
Yeah.
I was worried about
And they
that
do
later.
walk outside, and you see dead bodies and cars flipped over. Like chaos has ensued
Yeah.
while
Yeah,
they're.
yeah.
But yeah, so they turn around though, because like there's nowhere to go. So they lock themselves in the house. They board up the windows. That's when you see you and
That's
McGregor's-
this is where we get the fight, and we find out that it's actually a really powerful scene. I think when they're going, like, we'll just stay down in the basement. Like the basement is the most, and that's where Anne Hathaway has had her little den where she's been
Yeah.
typing, and she's
It's
been
flooded.
keeping it a secret, and it's completely flooded. And she has a moment where she was just kind of like, she's very angry. And the daughter kind of says, what's going on? She's like, no, I just had something down there that was really important. And even the daughter goes, I'm really sorry, Mom.
Yeah.
Like, it's just those little moments that if this family's not in crisis, like to me hit a little bit harder, because seeing that they all love each other
Yeah.
from the jump, and not like because somebody's getting eaten by a goddamn dinosaur.
Right. I mean, I think in theory it's a good concept, because like, you know, it and that's why it's such a cliche, is that, you know, you go through something like this and you start to realize what matters. And
I'm trying to think-
when someone's gone, it's like, oh God, I really did love them, and maybe I did want to work it out. Like
Is,
there's
is Dee Wallace single in E.T.? Is there a husband in E.T.?
I think she's divorced.
oh, okay, that might be true.
So it's just her though.
Oh, yeah,
Her
I
and the
believe so.
boys.
Yeah.
And then whether he directed Poltergeist or not, I feel like that family's pretty tight. Like that the family in Poltergeist is a pretty tight
Yeah.
family.
Uh-huh.
What is there another one that I'm not thinking of where the family's kind of a mess? I think Close Encounters, they are a mess. Like he's the worst. He's the worst dad I think that you're supposed to root for ever.
Well,
He's
and Spielberg's
terrible.
even said he would never pick that ending
My
today.
God, when he gets on
he's
that,
like
when he-
nobody. He's like he goes. Once I had kids, and
Sure.
he was like, "Oh
God.
no,
actively is
I don't-
like,
I don't
I'm gonna
care
leave
about
my-
aliens
leave
that
my
much."
wife and my children to be on
Yeah.
this.
Hook.
I was about to say the same
That's
thing.
the whole
Hook,
the whole plot of
but
Hook
that's
is
the
Oh,
premise.
that's fair.
Yeah,
Peter Pan's.
Yeah, it's a trash movie though.
that's true.
No, that was
You're not wrong.
I actually loved
You're
it.
not-
That was just for you.
it's-
I did that for you.
It's. I mean, really, it's like that Monster Squad. It's hard.
Hey,
to,
well, wait a minute.
it's hard to gauge.
Actually, it just came out. It had an anniversary. It came out this week.
What, every year?
It's like the.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like
shut up.
what is it like the 40th anniversary of me not giving a shit?
39th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I'm just trying to think of like other.
But it's Spielberg's thing, his working through his daddy issues. He had a tough time with his
Yeah,
parents.
watch the
and-
Fablemans.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's so he does that in a lot of his movies, and so this movie being an imitation of a Spielberg Amblin movie, it's dealing with the same kind of stuff. It's clearly pulling from like the Jurassic Park horror. I mean, it's about dinosaurs. It's
Yeah, right,
very
right.
close, you know, but dealing with the being chased and the horror-esque elements of it and all that. Not saying that you can't do the same thing, but it just seems like when you try to hit every single one of the beats,
So that is the issue that I have with this movie. Is it does feel like I think
It's a little.
check
paint,
off,
it's
check.
a little paint by number.
it's
It
a bit-
is, and that's
even
what-
down to like the close up of the person.
Oh
with
man,
the
they
other
way
person
played.
in
They
the
way
back, and I
played.
was like,
You
do
do
we get
that.
a, do we get a a shooting star.
I know, yeah,
You
right.
do
right,
that
right.
once, you do it from the other side, fine. But when that whole scene was filmed that way,
Yeah.
Katie noticed it too, and she doesn't normally notice all the camera angles and stuff. And I'm like, that was
my wife
too
did the same
much.
thing. She's like,
too
"What are they
much."
doing?"
Yeah,
That's an old
it
Spielberg
was,
trick.
It was cool, but you hung on it way too long.
I have
because they did it for
I have
every character's perspective.
I half
Yeah.
expected like when Brody sees Jaws for the first
Yeah.
time and like with
the
the
dolly
zoom in,
shot.
the dolly
Yeah.
shot. I half expected to see that. in this
There's
as
a
well.
lot of Spielberg-esque homages in here, but
and I think that's what takes me out of it.
it does
It
because you're just like,
completely-
oh,
it's
come
like,
on.
come on.
It's too much.
Yeah. So they.
But then I have to say, in its defense, we're movie nerds.
That's fair.
Is the general public going to have the same reaction?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a valid question. I don't know because I mean, I think we've all seen Spielberg movies hundreds of times.
Yeah.
You know, like especially the ones that we're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I think? E.T.'s not a good movie.
Oh, that's a
What?
hot take.
That's a very why is it not a good movie?
I take that back. I don't like E.T.
Okay.
I don't
That's
think
like
it-
saying Daniel Day-Lewis isn't a good actor.
He's
You
not.
know
He's a terrible actor.
No, you know he's a good actor. You don't like it.
I for whatever reason that movie has never hit the spots that I think it hits for other people for me.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Was it because E.T. didn't have nards?
Was it because it opened like the week before The Thing and completely destroyed its box office?
It is now.
Yeah.
That's how I feel
That's
about
how-
it now.
Yeah.
That movie.
Yeah, see, he's got some ammunition. So the boy goes after Starbuck.
Yeah, he sees Starbuck in the back. Starbuck comes back,
Yeah.
and the kid, the son, Brian. You're looking at it.
Brian Platt, yes.
Thank you very much.
Not related to Ben Platt.
Correct.
He is not in universe.
What about
Stephen
Stephen
Platt?
Platt?
Splat.
Splat?
That's how.
That's
he
how
signed
he
it.
would. He's a comic book artist.
Oh, okay.
And he would
Gotcha.
sign it with Splat.
Yes, they are second cousins.
I knew it.
Says
Tell him
ever-
to get back to doing Moon Knight, will you?
Okay, hold on. There's a button
so,
for that.
yeah, he
Click
sees-
this for getting back to Moon Knight. Okay, it's
thank
in.
you. Perfect.
It's in. Yeah.
We have met this. There are other scenes. We kind of see other families. We run into the new girl in town, and now
she's feeling good. Now I got the theme to Alice stuck
You're
in my
welcome.
head.
What about the theme to New Girl?
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
It's Jess, as far as I can get you. That's all I know.
Yeah. They do say that at the end.
Who's
know.
that girl?
It's
Isn't that
Jess.
some-
It's
Yeah.
Jess.
Yeah. So they run into this girl while they're. Oh, I guess they're
So
out looking for
the
Starbucks.
brother leaves.
Yeah,
the
that's right. I
sister
was thinking-
sees
I
the
was
brother
thinking the-
leave. She goes after him.
Yes.
And now
Also-
the parents are like, "Where's the kids?"
And they were fighting.
Yeah.
Right. And now
The next morning they wake up and no one's around.
I also
Yeah.
like that there are moments where there is no power,
Mm-hmm.
but like the daughter jumps in the car and turns the car on, and she can listen to a little bit of music.
I hated that.
Why?
Because they're surrounded by dinosaurs, and they make it seem like you hear the audio from outside the car, like it's going to be luring
Oh.
dinosaurs to them, and then it just goes to the next day.
Yeah.
Like, what the f- was that scene?
Also,
in a dinosaur
I'm
movie?
like, have you no concerns about battery
Car-
consumption?
Also,
carbon monoxide.
both.
The
She doesn't-
door's
She
closed.
doesn't turn the car on.
Oh,
she just
Yeah.
kicks the battery.
But that's
on.
a total. I mean, okay, and you could say they expectations or whatever, but it's just she's playing loud music, which is a stupid character move in a world surrounded by dinosaurs, and then it's just like, what was that about? We were supposed to
They get a
just.
sweet needle drop.
I
do like that
What was
song
the
a
point of
lot.
that scene?
I love that song.
It was pointless.
Well, I
You're
think
supposed to think, oh, this teenager is kind of bummed about the situation. Yeah, of course she is. Like, why did we need that? That was a worthless. If did not make dinosaurs come to them.
you know what I
that's
liked
dumb.
though is they're having like this giant like summer block party, and they're playing this game where they're throwing like it's the
Water balloon
water
toss
balloon
back and
toss.
forth.
It's a very interesting. You watch it the first time, and you see these two people kind of like they're like, oh, it's her friend, right? Or they're making out.
I thought she was pining over the guy. You're right. Now that we know,
Yeah,
that's a pretty smart.
It's a good move. It's a good move,
That's
right?
clever.
Like, I think
yes, it is.
And then you find
Because the
out at
guy's
end,
like, this tall, like, typically
quarterback looking guy.
Yeah. So
and she is very like star cheerleader blonde, and
interesting.
she has a moment where she is pining. You think she's pining for the guy. No.
That's a good bait and switch.
Yeah.
But okay, here's the thing that bugs me. The editing in this movie is weird. So they're at the block party, and Ewan McGregor is like, I got to go to work, and she's like, why? Whatever. It's family day, and he's like, oh, I got to do some deliveries, extra money. I thought, whatever, the exposition dump there, and then he leaves, and then you see the boys there, and he's got Starbuck, and Anne Hathaway's like, I told you not to let him bring Starbuck, and he's like, oh, come on, just let the dog. And like, you can see why she's pissed at this guy, because he clearly goes against her, doesn't like he means well. But he's doing things that would piss someone off.
Here's the thing: if that family's in a better spot, that argument's not as bad.
Sure, it's like, hey, come on.
It's already yeah.
But he is doing things that you can tell why Anne Hathaway's fed up. He's doing things without talking to her. He's overriding her. He's leaving to do the work stuff, which now we know why. But he should have told her all that stuff. But anyway, so he's sitting there with the dog, and they keep doing the like Chekhov's dog thing, where it's like, it's not going to be a good idea. Don't bring the dog. The dog, whatever. And then the dog doesn't do anything, right? So that's another one of those things that's useless.
He has a great hero entrance. Later.
Oh, later. Yeah. Well, of course, that was going to be, why did the dog run away? So he could come back. Yes, of course. But anyway, so they do that. And then all of a sudden, they go to the group of boys walking in a backyard.
That is a weird cut.
And I go, wait a minute, he
dog?
just went from the block party and he had a dog, and now he's walking with a group of friends and a bow and arrow. But like, they did a jump to a different day without like clearly showing you.
It's not a different day. Like, it's supposed to be the same day.
But it didn't make any sense. Whatever it was, they were just at the block party. I know why, because Anne Hathaway is in the backyard of the older lady. She goes to check on her, and that's when whatever. And the boy's talking about like, oh, are you going to tell your mom? What was he?
So he threw a stick at a kid.
Oh yeah.
And it went into the spokes, and the kid. It's a very funny scene, because I've had conversations like this where it's like, he's like, I just wanted it to do this. He's like, oh, he did it all right.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just want him to look like Superman.
Yeah.
He's like, he did.
And this is the 80s, so big brothers will beat the crap out of you if you mess with the little brother.
Correct.
And so
the kid ends up breaking his arm.
But so Anne Hathaway's in the yard, the backyard, while the kids are passing. He's like, are you going to tell your parents? And the parent is on the other side of that fence. And I thought it was like, oh, she's going to hear it or something. But that never comes into play. They just keep bringing things up in this movie that never pan out. That never, like, it's a very weird. And I think
they have edited.
There's an editing problem.
There's a longer version of this
I think
movie,
there absolutely is a longer version
and I
of this
think
movie.
talking it through, that's what I couldn't put my finger on. It's very disjointed in the storytelling, the way that they.
It's a small continuity error, but it bothered me.
Yeah.
There's the scene where the dad's talking to the son, and he's taking the pizza delivery sign off the roof of the car, because he's like, oh, your mother's.
And the next morning it's on the car.
And the next morning it's on the car.
I noticed that too.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, wait a minute. They have the whole scene about putting it in the garage.
Doesn't he leave and come?
No, they take the thing off the car. That night they see the lights, and then they give you an establishing shot of the house to show you it's the next day.
Okay.
And you see the car in the driveway.
They're walking by it
with the sign already.
Because I remember, I thought the same thing. But then I thought, well, maybe it's a parallel, a time travel. Like, I was trying to think, is that a clue? But no, I think it's just lazy.
Yeah.
Unless they.
I don't know that it's lazy as much as it's like a bad edit.
Yeah, it's just a bad edit, but.
That to me, like, if you have a movie and you don't follow continuity, that's lazy. Everyone should be catching. Everyone should be catching those.
To
things.
me, lazy is.
I mean, this is a major motion picture.
Yeah.
This had an $80 million budget. Like, they've got.
This is produced by J.J. Abrams. Right. This is a movie.
I don't know. To me, like, lazy is. We see Anne Hathaway with her hair up, wearing a shirt. Where in the next scene, that's supposed to be at the same time, her hair is like in a braid, and she's wearing like a.
Well, that's just gratuitous.
I'm just saying.
I think it's. But anyway, the point is, I think that's lazy in this type of movie, and the way they chopped it up, you're right, because maybe there is a longer version that made sense, but they kept doing these things where they brought stuff up and it didn't pay off, or it didn't make any sense, and it just jumped to a day where like it's the same daylight in the same neighborhood, so like you can't tell a day's passed,
right?
And you're just supposed to know it's the next day.
You could take out that whole. You could have them walking together and being like, "Oh man, are you gonna tell you?"
But don't have Anne Hathaway on the other side of the fence and not responding to it. She would hear her son talking on the other side of the fence.
And then when you have the brother attack the kid, and it's like, well, this is Stephen. Like, to me, I'm like, this is Stephen King. Like, where the scary stuff isn't the supernatural stuff. Like, it's the people that are, And then the little brother's like, get off of him. We've got bigger things to worry about. And I was like, oh, your parents are dead.
Yeah, that was
I like that scene in terms of like the
establishing where we are
and like the kid that's beating him up. Like, he's doing it under the guise of "you hurt my brother,"
right?
But it's really he just has this rage from what his life has.
And he lets him
into.
go. He's like, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah,
and they run off, and I was like, "Those kids are dead."
Well, but the thing is, he's like, sorry, and just runs off. I'm like, oh, you just left him for dead, right?
That
like,
is true.
They didn't care enough to pick him up, and because another thing that they do a lot of times in these old '80s or '80s taking place movies is like, hey, now the bully is really a good guy, and then brings you a part of the group, and they could have gotten together
sometimes.
But anyway, so the point is they find the
Johnny is never a good guy until Cobra Kai.
Oh,
he's never
that's
a good
true.
guy.
That's true. So they find the girl. Now when the boys are walking, the group of boys,
we
they
see them and
the
they're like,
girl
oh, that's
the
the new girl. She goes to private school and blah blah.
That line was funny. It's Catholic. I'm gonna go to school with her. No, I think you have to be Catholic. And he's like, I think I'll become Catholic now.
Catholic,
that was pretty.
There
funny.
are like
I went to Catholic school and we were not Catholic, so you do not have to be Catholic to go to Catholic school. They
Stupid
will,
kid.
however, charge you more money.
They will charge you more
There you
money.
go.
That is right.
Which is fair.
Mm-hmm. That's why my sister's children were baptized. That's exactly why.
Oh, that's funny.
I think they actually didn't. I think they still might have charged us the Catholic rate
because there were so many of you. Weren't there like two?
There's
There's
just
two.
two. I just have a sister. But because I went to Catholic grade school, and so I think the Catholic grade schools kick in somehow, and so because I had gone to Catholic grade school, like we had paid in, and so they
were just like, "You're good to go.
Yeah,
you've been here long enough. You're all right."
I'm an honorary Catholic.
That's right. So then now they're just trying to survive. They're trying to figure this out.
The sister finds the brother all beat up and picks him up.
Right, and that's when they find the girl, the new girl.
It's Jess.
It's Jess.
Who's that girl?
It's Jess.
Oh.
And now I think they get into this house. The mom and the dad are also on the hunt, like looking for their kids.
I thought we were back to them being swingers.
I know.
What an odd time. I mean, I don't judge them.
The character name of the new girl is
Jeanette.
Jeanette
Christensen.
It's a little on the nose. It's a little on
Christensen.
They were like, so, and then we're gonna, and then he's gonna meet Jeanette Catholicson.
Yeah. Did they?
And they're like,
JJ's
I think we need to dial that back
maybe
a little
Christian.
bit.
Did they? Yeah. Did they not replace like the temporary name?
No, they sure didn't.
Jeanette transubstantiation.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's
Jeanette
just like
First Communion.
Yeah.
So they end up getting in this house. The mom and dad end up finding them, and they have a moment where
it's like nothing matters. If they were mad, why she didn't go like, why'd you do that? Whatever. She's like, oh my god, I love you. Thank you. Like,
yes. So
which was realistic.
We're back
where
on the same page.
It's like,
right?
oh my god,
like,
you found the kids. Thank God.
Yes.
Yeah.
They take Jeanette with them, and I do like that Jeanette has a moment where she's like, I think the Audrey. What's the daughter's name?
Audrey. Yes.
Audrey is like, are your parents? And she was like, yep, they got eaten by dinosaurs. And she was like, okay, like you can come with us. And they all get together. They go.
Yeah, I like the way that they embrace their kids first, and they leave the girl hanging on the outside because they don't know who she is. But then, of course, Anne Hathaway sees her.
Like, you can stay with us.
And then she's like, oh yes, of course, sweetie, come with us or whatever. Like,
so now they're at this point. I think they've seen the bubble. There's this weird bubble that has existed, and they're like, what is this thing?
So when Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor are just the two of them looking for the kids, they go into a house and they find the bubble where it looks like the normal neighborhoods on the other side or whatever. And he takes
like a sledgehammer and like pokes it through and brings it back, and it works.
And he's like, you should go through that. I'll find the kids, whatever. And she's like, no, I'm not leaving you. And then it goes away.
Oh, you know what it is? They see the two woolly mammoths. And like they have this
not woolly mammoth. It's
whatever.
Brontosaurus or whatever.
I don't need to fat shame that.
That
dinosaur like that.
That was a great scene. That was a great scene because it was so absurd.
Yes,
that was phenomenal. Where she's got a camera on
and
her.
She's
like,
they're both laughing.
Yeah, let me take a picture of you. And he's like, what? and he in the way he poses with the sledgehammer over his arm, and he's got the two like dinosaurs screwing behind them
on top of a house.
That's a great moment.
Yes,
that is phenomenal.
And it's the moment where I think they come back together.
Well, you know, I think it's the moment they remember they like each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
Right.
like, okay, wait a minute, there is good to this. She's like, I remember that. Now, that is one thing I give this movie credit for. We always talk about in movies, we say like, well, where's the dinosaur's balls or reproducing
lots of
or,
poop.
or going to the bathroom, right? We always talk about in movies that like, if this was in real life, there'd be piles of crap everywhere.
Yeah.
There'd be, you know,
And there
right?
are.
And this movie addresses real things like dinosaurs screwing and the crap everywhere because it's
There's a dinosaur that's eating something and is actively taking.
yeah.
it.
So it's like that. I mean, as weird as it is, but like it answers those questions of like, well, when the hell do they do this stuff?
Right, right,
so I
right,
do
right.
like they included natural things.
I like in the beginning when we get the first round of the lightning or whatever,
Yeah.
and the neighbor's like, I can't believe you kids did this.
Yeah.
And he walks out and there's a giant pile of in his
Yeah.
backyard. And Ewan McGregor's like, you think my kids did this?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, who else did it? And he's like,
and that's
Although
that's
I do
PJ Byrne,
think
you know,
when
that guy.
when the dinosaurs were doing it, I thought the money shot was a bit much.
I didn't think it was that bad.
We get it. I don't need to.
Yeah, he saw the R-rated cut.
Yeah.
yes.
At Alamo, they show the
Yeah,
R-rated
they showed the
cut.
R-rated cut.
Yeah.
That's correct. So they all get back together, and now they realize that like, oh, they've started a fire.
Yeah,
Like,
so the
they're
crazy,
attacked by a T-Rex.
It's not a T-Rex.
I think that it is.
No, it's the one from Dinosaur. It's the bad guy from Dinosaur. What is the? But you know, what I mean, it's not. It's
the Disney movie that nobody's seen.
yeah, the one that they just closed the ride for. Disney
Yeah.
World. It was a great
Did
ride.
they really?
Yeah,
Are they changing it to something?
They're gonna retheme it to Raiders.
it's gonna be Indiana
Shut the
Jones.
fuck up.
Yeah, because that's what it is in Disneyland.
Yeah, but it's a new track.
Yeah,
So
but
even though they're replacing it, it's gonna be a completely different ride.
Is it? I thought it was. Is that on a track? I thought that was
Raiders is on a track.
okay.
Yeah.
Because it's that car, like
Yeah, you're still on a
Yeah.
thing, but so it's an Indiana Jones ride, but a completely new Indiana Jones ride, and Harrison
he's the
Ford is the
animatronic,
animatronic.
right? I did see that.
They're actually gonna, because the guy looks nothing like him in California. It's the first time ever that he's done an animatronic.
That's kind of cool.
But anyway, so they are in a car, and all of a sudden the Allosaurus, whatever the big ass crocodile dinosaur looking one, just like demolishes their car.
You're right, because it's poking his nose
and
in
hits him
stuff.
into the house, and it starts a fire,
Right.
and now the whole neighborhood is on fire.
I think Ewan McGregor says, "Is that because of us?" And she's like, I think
Uh,
so. But yeah, now you've got this thing where it's like, this fire is going to tear through. It's getting so big that it's going to tear through this entire little community, and there's nothing anybody can do about it because there's no.
Allosaurus,
Oh, look at
mother
you.
trucker.
Look at that.
That's right.
So they realize we need to get to higher ground and look for this bulb, this thing, and they end up seeing it. So they make their way up the.
Into the librarian's mansion.
Well, first they end up going, like, the mom and the dad end up going up against the family on the way up. Like, they go up against the Allosaurus, and Ewan McGregor gets his leg chewed off.
So that's a really good scene, one, because you've never really seen someone hit a dinosaur with a baseball bat in the jaw. And I thought, oh, glass jaw, like, that's clever. Like,
Yeah.
I was like,
I saw it and I was like, come on.
I know, which
But-
I think is fair for what happens, but I'm like, wait a minute, we've never seen that, and it's very possible that a dinosaur could have a jaw, like just like knocking someone out.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's clever because you're swinging a metal baseball bat.
it was
full
a
speed.
sledgehammer.
Okay,
Yeah.
sledgehammers, but at full speed. I could see it knocking a dinosaur out. I'm like, that's a good moment. But then you're just like, but it's a dinosaur. But so you think, so he's like trying to rescue the wife off the porch, and then all of a sudden this thing comes
gets
up
up
from behind,
And
grabs
chomps
his
on
leg, and like Hulk to Loki.
And I was like,
swinging him
okay,
around.
so we're gonna have him without
no
a leg,
right?
That's fine.
And then they do the thing they never do in family movies, which you got to give them credit. Which then I told Katie, I go, well, maybe he's gonna come back.
I didn't
'Cause
know.
I'm like-
I didn't know.
It's a weird thing in a family.
Here's the
movie.
thing: is when you open that door, now all bets are off.
Right, which-
when you kill a main character like that,
Which is why other things, much like killing an Iron Man or getting rid of a Captain America and bringing him back. I know in comics it happens a lot, but I'm saying in a movie world, when you do something, you're like, oh crap, that can happen. But then when you undermine everything that happens after that,
like
It's-
Heroes.
like Heroes.
Yeah, exactly.
Heroes
Heroes
is
is a great
the
example.
worst for that.
yeah. But I'm like, holy crap! And you
Yeah,
know,
when
me and Katie were
when
like,
Heroes like, I'll just go back and change time.
I mean, I can't even remember how many times it did
All
it.
the time.
It was like every other episode, they would do some really cool thing. You'd be like, oh,
Right.
wow. And then they would immediately walk
Yes.
it back.
when you do
correct.
something ballsy, movie, it's like, wow, to impress people to get that reaction, and then you undo it the next. It just undermines it. I hate that in the superhero movies whenever they do something crazy and you're like, oh my God, they did it. And then it's like, oh no, but we just undid it. It's like, well, so you just got that emotion out of us, for whatever. But anyway, so the thing comes down and starts his body just
to
tear
him apart. And it's a great scene because it pans over to Anne Hathaway, who is not freaking out.
She's frozen.
She's just watching it happen. And then
she's like, I mean, I want to believe.
Don't have to get a lawyer now.
So yeah, right. And then she like deadpans it, turns around, walks towards her kids, like shield. She's like, don't look. And they all just walk.
But she is clearly not in a good place.
Dunzo.
She is doing terrible. They're walking. She's being really short with the kids. And then she's like, did you see what just happened to your father? To the little boy.
And
starts making him crazy. And he goes, yes. Oh, God. That was heartbreaking. That was a really good delivery. Really good scene. And then she's like, okay, I'm sorry. And hugs him. Because, like, I don't think it's fair to say like she's a bad parent or something. She just saw her husband get eaten by a dinosaur.
No, I don't.
She's been running away from dinosaurs. Like she's broken.
Yes, I don't think she's a bad mother. No. I think we know that she wants to get out of this family.
But she's human. These are two mutually exclusive things, right?
Yes.
It's like, yes, she may have been having trouble with her marriage, but also she was also just getting reminded how, maybe we can work it out. I remember why I love him, all that stuff. And then she just saw the guy get eaten in front of her. Like, that's traumatic. And so I thought it was a really human, realistic reaction. She explodes. It has nothing to do with the kids. She's dealing with some...
Right.
And then she apologizes and realizes, like, I got to be here for them. I can't do that,
we do get these moments between Jeanette and Audrey where you're like, what are you doing?
They're holding hands, right?
Well, like they even have like glances.
There's some staring.
There's some staring and glances. And then... they go back to their house. They're gonna pack up. This is where, to me, this is the scariest scene of the whole movie, is this god awful snake
that moment.
Yeah, this is a good scene.
This is a great scene.
Yeah,
where we'd seen this snake earlier. It's this giant like albino prehistoric snake in a pool, and it just comes up over the pool, and Brian sees it and he's like, I gotta go.
No way with the size of that thing going through the house would it have fit in that above ground pool. Completely hidden. No way.
Oh.
Do you see how long that thing went forever?
Yeah.
No, that's bull.
Coiled?
No, the width, the size of it, and the way that it went from all the way out the house.
Placed too much water.
Yes.
Like
it
might
could not have stayed hidden under
but the
there.
water would have been pushed
Well,
out.
I don't think it is hidden because Brian sees it.
No, the things are rocking above it. And then it slithers out of an above ground pool.
You're right.
It was too big.
Yeah, you're right.
It went from outside to up around the kitchen, up the stairs.
Not even all the way out
all the way down the hallway, and it was still coming in the house.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? It didn't work between the two.
This is a great scene.
Unless you do see dinosaurs, I feel like maybe they're growing, because it's not like a magical thing.
No, they're already fully grown.
We just saw little dinosaurs and big ones. I was trying to like excuse it, maybe the thing had grown, but it was really big in that really final scene. Yeah.
So they're getting their stuff ready. None of them are paying attention. This snake comes into the window, and like Brian has his back to it and doesn't see it, and it comes in, and Audrey doesn't see it, and it's like slithering down the down the hallway.
Yeah, the neighbor girl is sitting on the toilet with headphones on, just kind of staring off into the distance, right?
No, that's Audrey, isn't it?
Is it Audrey? I thought it was the friend was in there. No, I think it's the friend.
Oh, okay.
I think it was the friend. But anyway, they're all distracted, whatever. Yeah. Oh, yeah, also, and I know, God, as much as I love Jurassic Park, I know the dinosaurs are very sneaky in that movie. You got to remember, there's no power.
Nope.
There's no music, no air conditioners, nothing is going on, right?
Correct.
Anne Hathaway's in the kitchen. I don't care if a slithery snake is kind of quiet, it's not stomping around or whatever. You would hear the noise of a...
You would think...
5 million pound snake, whatever. I mean, this thing's massive. You would hear it. You would hear it slithering. You would hear it breathing, moving its tongue, whatever. Yeah. There's just no way that this thing is creeping up.
That's fair.
There's no way.
So it turns, and she turns around. Or does the kid see it? Who sees it first?
Well, so the kid sees it and shoots it with an arrow, right?
Yes, that's right. So
and it kind of freaks it out.
It's about to attack Anne Hathaway. Brian sees it and shoots it with an arrow. Also, take that bow and arrow away from that kid because he sucks.
Oh yeah, the time
He's
when
terrible.
the one time he shot it and it like hit a wall or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, what are
is
you
this
doing?
kid doing?
And now that's right. And then it turns and it's coming back up the steps, and Anne Hathaway starts tearing into it with a knife.
Yeah.
But
But also, I'm like, I know the thing is pissed that it got shot with an arrow, but if shooting it with an arrow one time gets it all freaked out, and she is tearing down it with a knife, I'm like,
right.
would it not be like, oh no, that's the one I need to go look at? I don't know. It was a little weird. The whole thing was weird.
finally, like it's banging on the door. It's gonna break the door down. It's trying to get into the Brian's room, and finally, I guess Anne Hathaway stabbed it enough where it's like, I should probably get out of here.
It just left.
Yeah, and just takes off. So this is when they walk out of their house and they look up and they see the new ball of light in the neighbor's, the librarian's house. So they're making their way up there. It's not good. Like you're walking through.
I like the prehistoric turtles. That was a funny scene. So, just like if, just in the middle of the road, sometimes, there's a big animal like a deer or moose or
Like, just keep
whatever that
driving
won't
towards
move. And a buffalo and you got to drive around it or whatever if you're on a tour thing. Like the way that these turtles are just looking around chewing and they kind of turn their heads and they're not going anywhere. And they have to go up on the lawn around.
Right,
them.
and
I
they
thought
get
it was
stuck.
a good scene.
No, there's some good stuff in this movie. Like there are things to like in this movie. I'm just not gushing over it the way a lot of people seem
No,
to
I
be.
mean, this movie's okay. And I just, it's frustrating.
I think it's good. And I don't think it's great. I don't think it's like.
I don't know that I would ever watch this again. Ever. I just like it's to me this is forget. I think next year you'll forget what happened in this movie. You know what I mean? Like I don't it's entertaining for a watch. I mean, if you want to see big dinosaurs chase people, there's some good action, some good horror, whatever. But it's just at the end of the day, it feels a little empty. It just kind of like.
There's also two references to these women's husbands, whether it's the older gal who was editing her book, Anne Hathaway's book, or the librarian.
Yeah.
And I was like, one of these husbands is going to be someone. Like they keep hiding these husbands away.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it's going to be like Carl Sagan was this gal's husband or something.
Oh, jeez.
Like the way they set it up, though, like
just lives across the neighborhood.
Yeah, like keeping a low profile.
I'm reading Carl Sagan. What I didn't tell you is that I'm going to his house and reading his papers.
Correct. So they get to the house, and I thought so since we've already seen Ewan McGregor get torn to pieces, I was like,
it's a mansion, right? The librarian lives in a mansion.
At the top of this neighborhood.
We don't know what her husband does.
No, it's very true. That's very true.
I was like, Anne Hathaway's getting shot.
Plus, real estate was a lot cheaper back then.
That's true.
no
In
kidding.
1970, whatever, or maybe in the
just when they
60s
show
when
you
they
the
bought this
house, when they pan back, I don't know. It just didn't seem like a neighborhood where there were a lot of big mansions.
Go look at the house.
Well, it's an old house, and so I think what's going on, not to write its screenplay for it, because I know I complain about that a lot, but a lot of subdivisions, I think, in this era
were built around a house.
Were built like that house was at the top, probably owned that land originally and sold it. Because I had a friend who lived in a house that, I mean, it wasn't to that degree, but a very large house that didn't look like any of the other houses around it in our neighborhood. And originally, that house owned all
everything.
the
That
land,
makes sense.
and then it got all parceled out, and then that house is
cookie
still,
cutter neighborhoods go up around. I got
Yeah.
So I was just like, what is this house? When they panned back and showed the estate of this house, I'm like,
right.
What? I'm like, well, they got a cool house to film in. That's what they did.
That's
But like,
exactly
why is it in this movie?
So I was like, oh, Anne Hathaway is getting shot. Like, we've already killed Ewan McGregor.
So you see now these are the like alligator dinosaurs.
Yes.
They look like what would evolve into alligators because
Yeah.
alligators are very close to a
They're very
dinosaur.
close.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they haven't
So are
evolved
turtles.
that much. Exactly. That's why the turtles look the same except they have spiky shells. Right? It's like
Well,
the same.
it's
Yeah.
Super Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't jump on those ones.
no,
You
no,
get
no,
hurt.
no, yeah.
You have to.
I mean,
throw
well,
a
you
fireball.
can.
It doesn't do you any good.
It's just
Yeah, but then you turn little.
yeah.
And then
wants
you know,
that.
and then you can't be with Anne Hathaway
That's right. Well,
until you get a mushroom.
That's right. Well, mushroom tip.
Took a turn.
So like she's the librarian has like barricaded herself in this room. She
alligators.
realizes
Her husband's
dead.
One alligator's chomping on him.
You don't see it, but you hear it.
Yeah, and then you see a couple more, and they're all coming up the stairs. Like the one has called his buddies, like, "Hey, some good food up here," and they are like in a line.
Because
Going,
alligators are notorious for sharing.
Correct.
yeah.
And so the kids and Anne Hathaway are like pressed up against this thing, the banister. The librarian comes out and shoots one of the alligators.
She saves the
And
day.
they
But doesn't
also
Anne
get-
Hathaway kick it or something? She fights one off before
maybe
because she fights them off for a second so they could get back further enough to where that door opens.
Yeah.
I don't know. She tries to defend them. She's like, as soon as I attack them, you're going to jump over them and run. And they're like, no, Mom. And then the librarian's like, stay away from them. And she's like, apparently great shot once. That second shot.
Well, yeah. Then she gets eaten.
No. In the movie, though, clearly, okay, believe it or not, there are no dinosaurs in real life when they're filming this.
Correct.
Okay. So the lady acting is like, stay away from them, boom, dead shot. And then she's like, oh, I'm going to get eaten. Like in real life, it'd be like, boom, boom. Like they were next to each other. It's an alligator. Right. It's not a freaking, I don't know, a cheetah or something pouncing on you. Anyway, I thought it was a little cheesy the way it was.
She got eaten though.
She got eaten because she, after the first shot, decided to go, where is it? So then maybe she was drunk. Maybe she was drunk. She stole the whiskey from the rest of the town.
Yeah. So then they get to the roof, and that's where this ball of light is. And they're arguing over who's going to go first. I love that Jeanette's like, I'll see you on the other side, and goes.
This scene does two great things that play against the tropes.
Yeah.
The one where the person's like, F you, I'm out.
Bye.
And then the other one where it's like, all right, buddy, just time this right.
And he was like, okay, I got it. And he jumps, and it goes away as he's about to go through it, and he snaps his leg on the ground.
I think this is kind of Tim in the car in Jurassic Park. Because he gets stuck in the car. Remember, he doesn't get out with the girl and Grant, and then he gets stuck in the car. It's kind of like that, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna go now, and then
it gets So they have to run back downstairs, and they're fighting off the pterodactyls, and they get back to the roof, and then all three of them jump through.
And they're like, we don't have time to go in one at a time.
No, they all jump together, and they land in a pool, and this woman comes outside, and she was like, what are you doing in my pool?
Also a very chill woman for three people in her backyard. She's
Four. Like, she didn't even see the fourth one.
Oh, yeah, she comes. Well, she left, and then the other one. But, okay, first of all, I'm like, well, that girl would have already landed in that pool.
Yes. I know. But the only thing I could think is that it was just one person, so it didn't necessarily
make
kids.
The sound.
Yeah.
Or make as big
they just didn't notice it, yeah.
But in a better movie, obviously, I would
for sure.
It. But it's just like one's already gone through there and done this, so now she's acting like, oh, I've not heard of anything like this happening. But anyway, the three of them are there, and she's like, "What are you doing in my pool?" Very funny
what
scene.
What year is it?
But then she's like, "All right, go on now," and I'm gonna
get
go
out
inside.
of
I'm
here.
like. And then they sit there and talk for like 5 minutes in the backyard. I'm like, she would either stand there or call the cops, like, you got to go. But she's like, oh, I trust they'll go. I told them to get.
I will say it is the 80s. And there is a level of like, go on, get, and you're like, all right.
It was weird, man.
It was weird,
you got
but
three
also
people on your property, like swimming in your pool, is what you would think.
In the rain.
And then you're just like, okay, now I trust you'll be gone when I come. It was
so
weird.
they get out, and they're walking down the road, and they look out, and they realize their town, their little subdivision, is still there. And the thing, now we realize we're in a time loop where the thing hasn't happened yet. So Anne Hathaway has this moment where she's like, she goes to the phone, and I was like, okay, she's definitely going to call you. And
they check the mail and realize what day it is.
Right.
And
it's the same day.
It's the same day before they got moved. But they have about 20
and they've
minutes.
Got, 10 to 15 minutes.
I don't expect that we'll ever get a explanation or whatever, but that's awfully convenient. So the orb, covers a town and transplants it 65 million years back in time.
Right.
But yet there's some orbs that will transplant you 10 hours earlier in the evening.
They do say earlier that wormholes have just. I'm not saying you're wrong.
I'm just saying, like, okay, so you've got orbs that transport you 65 million years in the past, and then you've got some orbs that transplant you 10 minutes in the past. And
I'm of two minds about how the movie handles this, because on the one hand, I don't need another 20 minutes of BS sci-fi explaining why it works. That it's kind of just like, look, this is what we're doing.
Right.
But it's just lazy there's no explanation to why they would go back 10 minutes. It just,
at the same time, I'm like, but what is really happening?
Maybe the smaller the wormhole, the less time.
How long would the one of they should have had something that, like, when they should have thrown a clock in the one that they didn't go through earlier.
They should have put the hammer through, and it comes back with, like, I don't know, disintegrate. I don't know, like something.
But a clock, if you would have thrown a clock through it and they found it later when they came back, oh, that's the clock I threw, and then it's 10 hours. But, like, some way to show that, like, okay, each time you go.
Like Doc Brown did.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I just thought it was awfully
I'm
convenient.
late for school.
They found an orb, the one orb that was flashing at the time or whatever, and it just takes them back to earlier in the night. I'm like, that's weird. That's just a way to like, hurry up, let's end the movie on a good note to save, like, I don't know. I didn't
Save
like
how many people?
Yeah. So she's making calls.
Is it a good note?
Yeah. So she makes a phone call. They're sitting there in the rain, and then out of
Yeah, they show you a phone call.
Yeah, they show you a phone call.
They do not show her at the payphone for 30 minutes.
I will say this scene did hit me a little harder than I anticipated it.
Because you love pizza.
I do love pizza.
Yeah.
But when he comes rolling up the street, I was like, I did not expect to have any sort of emotional reaction to, because like the way he died, I was kind of like, well, okay. Like I just didn't, but it did. It hit me a little bit harder than I thought.
Oh, as soon as she went to the phone booth, I knew exactly,
what she was doing.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what she was doing.
I liked the reunion. It was sweet just for what it was. If I don't look at any other part of the movie, it's a good scene.
And I do like that he gets there and then the thing goes off.
Okay, so now you have kidnapped your future self's husband.
There's a lot of moral quandaries.
There is a lot.
They paint it as a happy ending.
And left that family to die. And if it is the same family, you have now changed what happens. Can they survive without Ewan McGregor? Will they exist? You have now completely...
They seemed to survive without him last time.
They did.
Well, I know, but he hit the thing in the mouth with the sledgehammer. He does things that interact with their survival, right? He is a part. He boards up the wall. I mean, he just does things.
You could say, this is the time travel problem, right?
Right.
Is time a loop, or is by doing this have they branched off on a different... You know
well,
what I'm
then
saying?
you've just left that family to possibly die then.
Yes.
Because if they don't save the day, if they don't get out...
Not just that family.
Because if it was a loop, then we would have already seen this occur.
Yes.
And we
Correct.
didn't, right?
There would have been something where he comes, he's like, don't do it, don't
Yeah, they didn't
you know?
undo it. They have now... But so if it is a parallel, then you've just let all those people die because they're like, well, good luck to them because they know what's going to happen. And she didn't... We see that she called the neighbors.
We see that she called the old woman that was editing her book.
Basically,
a bunch of neighbors.
The people that we have met.
She called the other people in the movie we have seen.
Yeah.
And so we don't care about the dead people we don't know.
Or themselves.
Right.
There's not 2 copies of them running around.
No, they went. They left.
So
They're gone.
they left themselves
Well, there's
to...
2 copies of somebody running around.
Who?
At the end,
Yeah.
with the barbecue, you see the girlfriend twice, don't you?
That's the sister.
Is that the sister?
Yes, because I did think the same thing.
I'm spun around because I will say Crystal thought it was the sister. When I talked to Foisey, he thinks it's the same girl.
Interesting. Maybe Foisey's a racist.
It could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it on that one.
Oh, yeah. No, that is the question. Because as soon as she gets back and they separate, she's like, I'm going to go find my parents.
Yeah.
So there would be another one of her. There would be.
Theoretically.
It's in the past. She hasn't left yet. There would be. There would have to be another one of her.
Man,
I think it has to be. Otherwise, what happened to...
I thought it was like a sister.
No, I think it's her.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So now she let...
Oh my God, this is a Cloverfield movie.
But you never see... That's what people think. But
wait, what?
People are speculating it as a Cloverfield movie.
For real?
That's a question that's out there, yes. But okay, so now the implications of this was you saved the people we've seen in the movie, the main characters. You've saved the husband, who is not really your husband; it's their husband,
it's a
future
husband. Yeah.
You know, and you have left your, the mom and the kids to fend for themselves in the Jurassic period. To possibly, it's just messed up.
It's a fun thing,
It leaves me with a bad taste in my mouth that you let them do that.
When I thought the same thing when
she should have saved them too.
I don't even mind that that's the ending. What I do mind, because honestly I kind of dig it, but what I do mind is the way the sheen that they put on it
happy day
makes it look like it's a happy ending.
Correct.
And I would have liked something to acknowledge of like, no, there's some weird choices being made
the
here.
other ending here is
this is a Rick and Morty episode.
Well,
they do this in Rick and Morty, where Rick and Morty come back and they go to all these different universes, and they're all terrible. Something's weird. The family's always weird. The Ricks, the Mortys are weird. Everything's weird. And then they get to one where it seems like everything's normal, and they kill themselves and bury themselves, and they live in that universe.
Yes.
That's it. Which is that's obviously a weird zany thing, but there are some like weird choice implications there, and they did it here, but except they put that sheen on it, and you don't realize you've just doomed your other selves to go die.
The other ending is the Back to the Future ending, where Marty goes back and he sees everything happen as it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So then you do that here, where they watch the town get zapped away, and now they're just like, okay, I guess we're back, but everybody else is dead.
Yeah.
Like, that's the other ending.
She couldn't have called everybody.
Right.
And certainly she did not call herself, or you would see clones of them running around.
Yeah, she called the pizza place. And that's what she did. She called the pizza place and had the guy deliver a pizza.
She didn't call her own. So it's just weird. And again, and then if it's not a loop, well, if they never get back, then they can never do that. And you have a paradox.
Right.
So it's just messy. And I know time travel gets messy, but they did not put a lot of care, I don't think. I think they said, oh, how do we get a happy ending? And they didn't think people would ask what happens to all these people. I don't know. It's weird, man.
And then so the happy ending is that
those dinosaurs we saw earlier.
Yeah. Anne Hathaway gets to write her book. They have this very perfect life in somewhere else at a different house. They're having a barbecue. We see the sister and her girlfriend now. Jeanette is and Audrey.
Now she's got two girlfriends.
Whoa.
The clones.
Is that incest?
Well, it depends on what they choose to do.
Yeah,
but they do show her, if we are right, that is the same actress twice. They show her like holding hands with one while the other one walks in with the parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true. And Brian has a girlfriend now, I guess. Yeah. So
fast forward 2 years. They do a news report 2 years ago.
It's funny. Crystal gets frustrated because they jump through they do the call the pizza thing, and then like we move forward to the next scene, and they started playing Find Your Way Back.
They did
by Starship, and I was like, well, that song's from '84, and then instantly
2 years
later, Crystal's like, can you stop being like that?
Stop being you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And then now they're having a barbecue in the back.
Happy ending, except for the your future selves that all got eaten by dinosaurs 65 million years.
That is an interesting question. And like, I didn't even think about Cloverfield until we just talked about it, but they have done that before. Like that 10 Cloverfield Lane, which was like a sneaky...
Is that the same studio? I don't even remember who made Cloverfield.
It's J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams. And it's... I mean,
Robot.
I think... Okay. Did Chris Goddard direct?
No, it's Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves?
Yeah.
Did the first one. And then Trachtenberg did 10 Cloverfield Lane. And then there was the weird Netflix one that was bad, Cloverfield Paradox. And now there's this, and I didn't even click that this could be a Cloverfield
Well, because
movie.
Cloverfield's about aliens and this is dinosaurs.
It's not though. Like if you they're saying that like they open up wormholes.
Okay.
Like that's what that Cloverfield Paradox is the Earth is dying.
Yeah, but they need to pretend like that never happened.
Yeah, that's what we all are. That's the thing. But you know what? Okay, here's the thing. If this movie ends, this is the way that it is resolved by stealing the husband and letting the other family go off to die and all that. That's the ending of a Twilight Zone episode.
It's a Stephen King ending.
Yeah,
it needs to end and put a button on it like a do. Like that's weird. We kind of have a happy ending, but it's weird.
Yeah,
and they just act like it's a happy ending. Woo!
Right.
Like,
well,
and that's what I was saying. Like they need to
make it feel
acknowledge,
yes,
or even like show you a happy ending, and then have a moment where
something's
off.
all.
Where Anne Hathaway's character is like, should I?
That's what I'm saying. That's all they needed, and they put too cute a button on it,
yeah.
and you just are left feeling weird because you're like, please address what you just did. This is strange.
You just messed some up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It is interesting. In a summer that has kind of limped to the finish line, there have been glimpses of, blockbusters over the summer, obviously. But I think this has kind of been a big old swing and a miss of a summer.
Well, no, I would disagree. I think that they had so they had multiple ginormous movies that they spread out over the summer. You know, like
I think they had one. What was the other one?
no, the Odyssey and
Odyssey
Spider-Man
and
are
Spider-Man.
gigantic.
Okay. Yeah. But Star Wars tanked.
Star
Supergirl
Wars.
tanked.
What was Star Wars? Oh,
Mandalorian,
Grogu. Yeah, gotcha.
Supergirl
Yeah,
tanked. This is
That's true.
Disclosure Day didn't do what they wanted it to do.
No.
No, but those two huge ones kind of made up, I think.
I mean, when
for-
you make it $2 billion,
Right.
you know, like,
And you had
sure.
and you had Obsession and Backrooms.
Was that summer?
I think those were like May,
Early
June.
summer? Yeah, that's true.
You
That's
know?
true. That's true.
And this guy also did Under the Silver Lake with Andrew Garfield, which I love, which is such a weird movie.
I don't think I've seen that.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
It's a weird movie. It's one of those that like you either love it or hate it. You know, it did bad in theaters, but critics loved it. It's just like it's a weird movie.
Okay.
It's a mystery. Andrew Garfield is trying to find his girlfriend who's disappeared, and he's kind
She's
of like
under the Silver Lake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
duh.
duh.
It's
I
in the
we
title.
know.
but he's like it's kind of like a neo noir. It's like he's like a detective, but he's just a guy. You know, it's like in modern times, but he's trying to solve this mystery and weird things are happening. I think it's cool.
I do like that somebody asked him, they're like, you know, at the end of Brand New Day, there's this thing. He's like, it's not me.
Yeah.
He's like,
Like you
Well,
said that
heard
last
that.
time.
yeah. He was like, he's like, maybe it's Miles. I don't know.
I think he did say that he would come back for an Amazing Spider-Man 3, but it would have to be weird and something that's never been done before. Like, he doesn't want to come back and just do the traditional. He's like, if there's a reason to get me
Sure.
to come back and, like, do some really weird things Spider-Man's never done.
Hey, you know who they cast as Professor X?
Who is that guy?
The guy from the Wolfman.
Oh, God. He looks about 20.
It's a very young,
I
it's a very young cast, with
But
the
I-
exception of Samara Weaving.
How old was James McAvoy, though? That was
He was
set in
probably
the
in his
past.
30s.
I'm just trying to say, I don't know. I just thought it was a little weird that they're trying to go so young with
I don't
the
think
characters.
it's that weird. I think it's fine. I think, you know, they want these actors for a
be
while.
around for, yeah.
And Indy Nevrette. Look at that.
I know. That's
She
what a
has a-
wild casting as Rogue.
I'm
Get that money.
hey,
Get that
that's
money.
right. We talked about selling out, and now these people are like, yeah, I'll take that Marvel money.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
tell me that I'm gonna be Rogue in the MCU? Done.
It's pretty funny. Shout out to friends of the show. Brad just sent a picture of Indy Nevrette as Rogue doing the face.
I'm
From,
just saying.
doing the face from Obsession, the pouty face when he's not paying her any attention.
Yeah,
Oh, man,
it's
that was pretty funny.
yeah, I think that's fun, and
Yeah.
we'll
That's
see.
just funny because that's something 3 months ago she
Oh
would
my
have
God.
never had a shot
Not
at.
even close.
Like, good for her. Like,
Yeah,
I do
hell
not
yeah.
Well,
begrudge
she's got
her.
to get paid. No one got paid on that movie.
Yeah.
Like, so they got to get paid.
No, like I
Yeah.
said, I don't begrudge it, but I mean to step
the Marvel universe.
into that high profile of a role.
Correct.
Like,
her star
she was
meter
go-
clearly is.
She was going to get paid on her next role
Yeah.
no matter what, right?
And
but
now
like
she's
She's getting paid.
to jump
She's
into
good to go.
that,
She's got a 5-movie deal or a 7-movie
she's like-
deal or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, that's,
it's like it went from like we're going to pay you $800,000 for your next role. It went to here's generational wealth.
here's $20 million for 7 movies.
Well, I think somebody posted that like in 2023 she was a Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
And now in 26 she's in the MCU.
At red carpets, people keep handing her copies of video games she'd like to stream.
Oh, really?
Like, she was a streamer playing
Yeah,
video games,
yeah.
and now
she was on Lois and Clark, or Superman and Lois.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah, she plays Lana Lang's daughter on that.
Okay, but I
But-
mean,
but
she
yeah.
was out clearly streaming to pay the bills. She wasn't getting huge roles.
No, and now she's set.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
go for her.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah. So anyway,
There it is.
I guess that's
Summer's
it.
over.
Yeah.
Is it? I'd like the heat to be over. I'll tell you that.
Good
much.
luck. We live in
Well, we still
St.
have,
Louis, man.
Coyote versus Acme.
Oh,
I'm
that's
excited.
true.
I can't wait. Please, everyone, you have to go see it. If you want, if you want companies to pay $50 million and buy movies from being destroyed, you have to go watch them.
I'll tell you right now, I've already seen it.
And
It's amazing.
Oh, did you get a screener?
I did.
You have to tell me how, because I
I don't
never.
know.
Got,
I was on a list and they said, "Do you want a screener link?" And I said, "Yes."
I never got the invite. I
And
know
they gave
that-
me 36 hours to watch it.
oh, that's
like
fast.
I had to like
Yeah,
yeah,
get in and get out.
yeah, but
so it's as good as we had hoped.
it's great.
Okay.
It's
Well, I'll buy a
great.
ticket. I'll see it in the theaters. I got to support this movie because
Yeah.
it looked amazing, and we need to tell Zaslav
Yeah,
how
it's
stupid he is.
Like in terms of, especially like in terms of like live action animation hybrid.
Yeah.
Like best.
like the
since-
next coming of Roger Rabbit.
I mean, it's pretty good.
Dang.
Like, it's pretty good.
Who wrote this?
I think didn't James Gunn was a
Oh.
co-writer on it. I think.
And who directed it?
I don't remember.
I will tell you
Let's
right
take a
now. IMDb says Dave Green directed it.
Okay.
Writers Sammy Birch, James Gunn, Jeremy Slater.
Okay.
Related to Jack Slater from Last Action
A
Hero.
fictional character from Last Action Hero.
Hey, you never know.
But it's very clever.
Okay.
It's very, very, very clever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He did Spider-Man 2
Dave Green was in the production department in Spider-Man 2.
and Spider-Man 3.
Director of Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. Oh,
Good.
that's the bad one.
The second
That's the
one.
bad one. But hey,
Yeah, we'll give
Apparently-
I'm all for it.
apparently he does a good job here.
Yeah,
So.
that's
Yeah,
great.
I know it's totally worth it.
Okay,
Okay, cool.
I'm so excited.
Good.
So anyway, I guess let's go around the table and everyone can say where to find them.
This is Joe. You can follow me on the Twitter at JoeyButts, BUTTS21, and all of their socials at the same.
This is Kevin. Follow me on Twitter at KevinRBrackett.
And this is Tom. Follow me on Blue Sky and Threads at Tom O'Keefe Jr. or Facebook at facebook.com/Tom O'Keefe. Find the show online at facebook.com/Real Spoilers. While you're there, like the page, join the group, and of course, don't forget our Patreon. $5 a month. You get ad-free episodes, all sorts of bonus content, and we like you extra. So that's it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, the Jennings family goes back to San Francisco.
Cause we already